What is up, everybody, and welcome to another Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat. With me, I got my good friends, all of my co-hosts. They're actually here today on time. Actually, I was the one that was late, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. How are you guys doing? How are we doing today, boys?
Doing
well.
fantastic. How are you, Ed Rivera?
Come on, man. You know I'm living the dream, baby.
Yes, sir. Cooler than the other side of the pillow, right?
Ooh, that's my saying. How'd you know that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, how'd you know that?
Once or twice. Heard it.
All right. I'm gonna start with you, Prospector. What you drinking? What you wearing?
Well, hey, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Big shout out to the chat. And I know we'll get into our sponsor, but thank you to our sponsor. Tonight, I am drinking in my, of course, baseball playoff team cup or team that wasn't my non-team playoff cup.
Awkward.
But we might be losing out on a certain player that we might get into tonight. But anyways, got some strawberry tea and a water.
Okay.
And got to be hydrated tonight, to get in some, sports talk on the DHC Sports Show. Let's go.
Whoop,
And
whoop, whoop.
and then tonight I am wearing a by my friend Leon, who you guys have maybe seen in the chat a couple of times.
Bro, that's a legit Colorado hat, man.
Yeah, so this is one that he designed. It's a Colorado Avalanche hat. So it's got the NHL shield on the back. So my friend Leon designed this, so I had to pick this up.
That's
So
nice.
big shout out to Leon in the lab, and that's what I got tonight.
All right, Donnie, all you, brother.
Well, I'm going old school. Work got in the way, so I didn't make it to game night down there with the Fireflies tonight. But anyway, I'm back in the home studio. But yeah, I'm going old school. Got the old school Checkers hockey T-shirt on.
That's
and
awesome.
the old school Cavs. I love this blue.
God, my
blue
favorite
hat.
logo.
That's very cool. Cavs are undefeated right now, so I figured I'd show them a little bit of love and throw it in Ed's face a little.
Yeah, thanks.
And by the way, Ed doesn't want that hat.
No, not at all.
Yeah, Ed's already tried to buy it off of me before the show.
I did. I'm not kidding. He said no. I can't get it online, dude.
Really? You got to go up to Rocket Mortgage, man. They got a whole bunch of old school shit in there. So
yeah, I know they have a whole bunch of school shit there.
And I'm drinking tonight thanks to a buddy down here in the bottom left corner from Martin House, the one that he raved about a few weeks ago, the lemon icebox pie. This thing is fantastic.
Is it?
Yeah, sour brewed with lemon and graham crackers. So
That's
I've got
good.
that. If I finish that one off, I've actually got another one here from Indeed Company, Indeed Brewing Company, a Mexican Honey Light.
Mexican
So that's my backup.
Honey Light.
Nice. Sounds light.
So,
You went there, didn't you?
I sure did.
You did.
yeah, I'm trying a little new setup too. I got my phone set up here, so I got the computer off to the side so I can look at the football stuff
but did
give
you
me a
have
better angle.
Do you have the phone on its side?
Yes.
Unlike somebody didn't get to do that yet last time.
Yeah, I have a tripod here, and if I need more
Um,
lighting, look, I've got professional lighting if I need it. But it's too
Look
much
at
glare
you
on the laptop.
upgrading. Look at you.
Yeah, trying to work on it.
Hey.
Okay. Professional.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I knew mayoral term calls for updated equipment. Congratulations on
Gotta
another 4
spend some of
years,
that
Mr.
left.
Mayor.
Well, I got to spend a little bit of that leftover, campaign money. So
Well, until there's campaign finance reform, with regard to podcasting equipment, you're good.
that's right.
Creative bookkeeping, that's all you need.
Oh,
Exactly.
he might know somebody that can do some creative bookkeeping.
Yep.
Well, I know a way he can stay protected with someone who has insurance.
Ooh.
Maybe. They are in South Carolina, so yeah, we can.
I'm thinking of like a regional director.
I know people.
I'm sure.
By the way,
well,
you
do.
Can I tell you that that hat is not on the website right now? I can tell you right now.
Really?
It is not. Although they do have a beautiful, beautiful baby blue. It's called Gallery Blue, the land Dad had from the Cavaliers right now. It because they just the new city edition, and let me tell you, I'm picking this one up because it says the
The
land.
city edition.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of
see,
them got released.
Whoo, I like Cleveland's, man. They took it. They took the pictures and everything at the Museum of Art. I've been there. It is an absolutely gorgeous museum of art. So, anyways, good job
Very
by
cool.
the two of you. Now here we go with the influencer. Let's see if he's happy today. How you doing, Eric?
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Eric? How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm wearing my Wichita State Flying W hat. I'm at the basketball game tonight. It is 66-56 Wichita State against Northern Iowa with 6:16 left to go, and I am not drinking anything.
Because you're driving.
Correct. Yes.
Would that current score be a shocker or no?
Oh,
No, we're better than Northern Iowa.
it is Northern Iowa, so I mean,
I
it's
just
okay.
had to ask.
No, of course you did. Of course you
Yeah.
did. I mean, it's only fair.
Phil brings up a really good point. Phil, I've been waiting. I too have been waiting for the mayor to announce his cabinet post nominations. You know?
Yeah, I got to think long and hard about that. Make sure I get the right
Right.
people in the right spot.
Well-
So
Well, I was gonna say, like, if Eric Lichtenberg doesn't get a spot, then something is wrong with the world. That's all I'll say.
yeah, I'm thinking of him for like chief of staff or something. You know, I think he's fit for that role.
Wow.
I like it. I think that's fair. It's
I think
fair.
it is too. I think it
Yeah.
is too.
Yeah,
I'm
You know?
cool with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
like
I
it.
don't know, Patrick. Patrick, how you feel about press secretary?
Oh, I would love to talk you up, Mr. Mayor.
You do a good job.
Wait a minute.
What's up, Zach?
Bro.
What's up,
Zach,
Zach Profit?
Zach, someone needs a haircut.
Man, that's my guy, Zach Profit,
He
man.
says, "I don't care. I don't want one."
Yeah, that's my guy,
Oh.
Zach.
Obviously,
That's my guy.
this is coming from the guy who has no hair. Just so you know.
Man, that's my guy.
Oh, that's too funny. Come on.
I finally got a
there you go.
haircut yesterday. After 8 weeks, I had to get this thing taken back down here. It was getting crazy.
8
Uh-oh.
weeks?
Mr. Chief of Staff
Yeah.
says Chief of Design.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there you go. That's even better. Yeah.
I like
Man.
it. Hey, by the
Design.
way,
Okay.
gotta give you guys a little update. Couple things, real quick. Okay, you guys ready for this? The Commanders are winning 7-0 right now on Thursday Night Football. Pretty good game so far. Eric is not happy. There he goes. So he's back to his normal. Also, this show is brought to you by who? By who? Old Ford Baseball Company.
Oh,
That's
that's
right.
right, okay.
Our good friend Logan is the owner, and he puts a lot of cool designs. Make sure you guys go to his website, and if you use code DADHAT15, you can get 15% off at checkout. So make sure you guys go and check them out. Support local baseball. Support local business. All right.
Ed, I have a question. Is that anything on the website you can use that code for?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Hey,
Okay.
Brett.
I used
Brett,
it for
where'd you
this
get
nice
15?
red shirt back here.
I have that same one, Donnie.
I don't have that same one, but I want to get it. So,
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a nice one.
Yeah, it's
hey, by the
comfortable
way,
as soft.
Shohei Ohtani wins his 4th straight Edgar Martinez Outstanding DH Award.
To the surprise of no one.
Right, to the surprise of no one. So, I think that's a great segue to just start talking a little bit of baseball tonight, guys. As you may know, there might be like some small caliber free agent that's some apparently says that he is open to all teams. However, he's already narrowed it down. And Donnie, I want to ask you, how do you feel about it?
If they're going to pay him $600 million, go ahead.
Good luck.
I do not want the Yankees to be handcuffed. We're already handcuffed with Stanton. We do not need to be handcuffed with that.
You're already handcuffed with Stanton, and you're already handcuffed with the manager of the team.
Right, exactly. So, I'd love to have Soto back, but if him and Boris are going after that, Ohtani money, no, thank you.
Have
Go
I told
somewhere
you
else.
how
Let
much?
somebody else be.
Right? Have I told you how much I cannot stand Boris?
Well, and to realize, I mean, he's looking for a 10 or 12-year contract. I still don't understand any team giving anybody that amount of years anymore for anything. He's 26. You'd be paying him till he's 38. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
He's not
I'm
even
with you
that good when it comes to that kind of money. I mean, he's a good
not
player.
Ohtani.
He's not Ohtani. He's not. I mean, he's not guaranteed runs, and yeah, he got a Gold Glove this year. Well, maybe, but
No, he didn't get the
he's
Gold Glove,
not
did he?
like, or he was up for one. No, he was but
nominated
up
for a
he
Gold
didn't
Glove.
get it. You're right. Yeah, he was nominated for one, and I didn't think he was really that good to be nominated this year for one.
He didn't deserve to be a
right
Gold
field.
Glove nominee.
No. So I'm fine with him being. I'd love to have him. I don't want that price tag. I'd rather use that money for other people.
Bro, that's a lot of money to put on one player. I mean, I get it. You have Ohtani, but Ohtani is like a generational player where he's a pitcher and outfielder and all that. So, like, I mean, he actually can be multidimensional, and he's earned it, right?
Right.
Soto, listen, I'm not taking anything away from Soto. He is a dominant player, great player. I just don't know he's at the level that that Ohtani is. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree. And I mean, at some point, the owners have just got to, even if it's not an active collusion, they've got to just decide as ownership, they're not giving out 10 and 12-year contracts, that kind of money.
Hell
I mean,
no.
if you want to give somebody $60 million a year and you think they're worth that on a year-to-year basis, okay, fine. 4 or 5 years at $60 million, okay. Like if I could get you from 26 to 31 at $50 million a year, because that's the going rate for somebody that's like, if I could get Soto for 5 years and pay him $50 million a year for 5 years, I don't really want that, but for 5 years I can deal with it. You start getting 7, 8, 10 years, no, you're stupid then. So
yeah, no, I'm good.
Oh. Well, also with it's even beyond 10, right? I mean, we're talking 12 and 13-year deals.
Right.
Well, hasn't Scott Boras landed in the last couple of years that his guys are not really getting paid what they're asking for? Not one of them.
Can we use Jordan Montgomery as an example?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. I mean,
we can also use Blake Snell.
Exactly. Blake Snell was the one that was popping in my head because he was looking for big time money, didn't get any of it. And, well, none of his guys did, but yeah, Blake Snell specifically did not. So.
Johnny, tell me how you really feel.
Wow, Johnny.
I feel like that's at least a knock on a team and not on me. So.
Oh, yeah, it's most definitely a knock on the team, not on you. So I wouldn't worry about you getting a knock. He wasn't knocking. You're a professional, my friend.
I was gonna say I'm slowly getting back on Johnny's good side.
What were you gonna say, Eric?
The Knoxville K looks like the Kingsport Axeman K.
It does. It really does. You're right.
I was having that conversation in Arizona with Paul. I was like, Paul, do me a favor. And Eric pointed this out. I gave you credit, Eric, so calm down. Stop shaking your head. I gave you your credit. It's like
they just gave up a 3.
Oh, so Eric said, look at the K and then look at Kingsport. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh shit. It looks just like Kingsport.
Yep.
And Paul's like, I haven't seen it. I'm like, look at it and then you tell me. It's like, goodness. It's bad.
I mean, I get kind of go. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Patrick. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and that's coming from one of arguably Kingsport's most notable ambassador.
Yeah, it's not good. That's not good.
Sorry, Donnie.
So.
No, that's fine. I was just gonna say, I get going back to or wanting to go back to your roots, so to speak, at Knoxville Smokies, because that's what they were before they moved and became Tennessee Smokies. That's very unoriginal. I mean, you might as well stay Tennessee Smokies, just move into Knoxville. If you're going to move to Knoxville and you want to rebrand, do a whole thing. Get rid of the Smokies part and do a whole different thing.
Yeah, that was very lazy on their part.
Yeah.
That was very lazy. I know you want to keep like the relationship between you and the Cubs, but dude, do something different. Like, I mean, come on, Eric.
Yeah, because you can have the alternate brand be the one with the Bears. Go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
Are you going to let Johnny take your notes too, Patrick?
No
Well,
one
he did come up
asked.
with it. Yeah, no one asked Kingsport. See,
All
it's
day.
spreading. It's spreading.
If you say so.
Yeah, and Donnie and I have a thanks to Donnie, of course. We now have an account where we can get more dad jokes from a mom.
No.
That's right.
Why aren't we sharing this account then?
I mean, well, it's for Donnie to share because he found it. I did not.
I don't
By the
even
way,
have it in front of me,
Donnie, did you get new glasses?
it's a pair I found up here. My pair I had been wearing. It's kind of clear. It's hard to see. One of the ear parts broke off.
Oh, I
this
got
little
you.
sharp piece kept cracking me in
See.
the side of the head, and I had this other pair laying up here on the desk, so I just grabbed them for tonight.
I just went and got my.
Well, I think I think he's seeing a new 4-year term ahead. I think that's what he's seeing.
I just got my my eyes checked, and then one eye decided to be lazier than the other one, so I got to get new glasses. So much fun.
See, these are just readers. I mean, I've got these. These are prescription, but they're prescription for a little bit of distance and for up close. But when I'm sitting right here now, I can see the TV very clear, but I can't even make out my own face right there. I'd have to do like this to get the reader part. So I can't wear these while on screen here because
we're all doing the same thing.
I'd have to be like, So
So you can look cool doing it. You can just go.
Yeah, so these I can peek over the top at the TV screen up here at the Commanders game, and then I can see everything closely.
I got the Commanders going on as well, so and then any other baseball news come up? You know, I want to make sure that I'm getting all the news. Patrick, you got anything?
I guess it depends on which kind of news you're after.
Go for it. You tell me.
I just happened to be on New Era's website today, and I noticed that there was a release of Salt Lake. I guess coinciding with their move to their new stadium, there's a minor brand refresh that they have not. The team themselves have not released it, but New Era released some hats on their website that show a slightly different SL and a new B logo that they're going to wear on field hats in 2025.
That's awkward.
So it is. Well, but it's not the first time. New Era.
It's not the first time that New Era has screwed it up for the team. It's not the first time.
Yeah, it's not the first time that New Era has like released things prematurely. Which, to be fair to the teams, if it was done the other way, New Era would take them to like they are strict. They strictly tell them that you can't release it before a certain date. But then New Era flips around on their website and then they release things before teams can do it. So that happens with theme nights. That happens with Copa. That happens with brand refreshes or rebrands sometimes. Not all the time, but this is just the latest in an example. And I'm like, it's not a big change because there are some logos that are staying, but like,
I'll be honest with you. You showed them to me, and I was like, yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know where to, I'm trying not to do too much with it, but I don't want to give, I don't know who is responsible for it. But just something I happened to notice today, but it makes sense that they would do it with moving to their new stadium. But it's just unfortunate that the team was not the first one to release it.
Yeah. He shared that with Ed, but didn't share it with us.
Do what now?
Did Patrick say he showed the logos to Ed, but didn't show us?
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, why are we getting into technicalities around here? Why are we getting into technicalities around here? It's what I want to know. You know what I mean? I don't know why
those are some nice hats. I got the New Era site pulled up here. I like that dual tone, the white front panel with the B and the bat on.
Yeah.
I like the
hat.
B. I like the B.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Oh, hey, I like this one. Anyone
so
have a
do I.
lead or thoughts on the new Wilson, Carolina team name?
No, but I put up a post about it, and like it generated some chatter, among our friends. But I think it was mapping the path that said made a good point that obviously with them moving to Wilson, it seems to be Wilson centric. He's wondering if they're going to have to do something with the C, if with the Mudcats, because obviously I think they're just going to abandon that altogether from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Mrs. Influencer says that Patrick, you are very welcome to keep new hats and brands to yourself. Awkward.
Yeah, Patrick. You don't have to share everything you see with the chat group. That's crazy.
says the guy that's been spending my money for the last 4 days in a row. Thanks,
the guy
Donnie.
that keeps sending us links, and we're like,
Yeah.
there's a sale going on, guys.
Exactly.
Oh, and by the way, we skipped over her other comment earlier. So
you should see Eric's Coke bottles. I saw that. Glasses. Come on, Eric. Where are your glasses? Eric
he's
is
now
ignoring
watching
us right now.
He's now watching the basketball game intently.
He does not want to comment on that.
He does not.
He does not.
He's like,
He
I don't know
does
what
not.
you're talking about.
But,
hey, by the way, also, Emmanuel Clase's dominant season in Cleveland earns him the 2024 Mariano Rivera AL Reliever of the Year.
Good thing they don't take postseason into account.
Thank you, Jesus.
Exactly. Those things must be voted on before the postseason starts.
Thank God.
Because if not, oof.
Bobby Wood Jr.
But,
consecutive 30-30 stolen earn him an MLB all first team honors.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But
okay.
Yeah, Ed, the other thing I was going to say is that in response to what Eric said about the Wilson thing, the Wilson event's going to be happening the same day that the Bowie event's going to be happening. So November 22nd is going to be a big day in terms of what looks like are going to be big announcements. I mean, and it's going to be interesting to see with Wilson.
It's going
to be interesting.
I can't say who is going to be the team, but there's another team that's going to be bringing out something.
Okay. Well, the only two I know about are the ones on the 22nd, and they keep saying it's for 2026. But I'm wondering, does that mean they're going to keep the Mudcats branding for this year, for 25, and then are they just unveiling the identities and merch for ahead of 26? It's just odd timing to me. That you're going to be releasing stuff, or are they going to?
I was just going to say, are they just going to start playing as the new name?
That's what I don't know. Like, if so, I feel bad because I don't think the Mudcats really are going to get a farewell tour that I would hope that an iconic brand like that would get. But
have they botched this whole thing?
Completely.
If you're asking me, 100%, yes.
Yeah, man.
Like they would move you to Wilson. Yeah, well, and I think an example is that I think the original intention was to move to Wilson this coming season. But then, there was obviously not enough progress on the stadium or in negotiations, and they did all this work to get this identity ready. Again, this is my vantage point.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean I'm right. But because most teams are not going to – normally you have a timeline for when you can release an identity or, like branding. But they've clearly said – in their announcement that they're going to release the branding and there's going to be a limited run of merch that's going to be available at that event in Wilson. So
I should go.
It's all ready to go. It's all ready to go.
You would think that if they had realized that the stadium wasn't progressing, that they would just pump the brakes on the identity until they got to the point of starting the stadium. But
or
again,
at least
they botched everything, like we said. So.
Well, yeah. Well, I was expecting more something like Virgil's mentioning a mid-season debut. I was thinking more they would do something more along the lines of what Spartanburg did when they were moving from when they were moving from Kinston to Spartanburg, to kind of announce it at that time and then kind of do a brand, like a brand reveal. Then at least
And then be
at
called,
least you knew
the
that,
Spartan Burgers. Yeah, I got it.
right? Yeah. By the way,
Well, I mean,
I'm sure you already had that hat. But anyways,
I mean, I guess in a way this is very similar to that, because the Spartan Burgers thing did come
Yeah.
out well before they were, the Wood Ducks was going to finish their season or anything. So it's kind of similar.
But
Go
didn't
ahead
it
and
come
announce
out
the new
during the
identity.
season? Yeah. Did it come out
I
during
think
the season?
It was after the season had started, but
Yeah.
it was very early in the season too. It was
Right.
back at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
that's what I said. They're not waiting for way before that. We're not even in 2025, and they're already talking about they release it. You know what I mean? They're moving, and then we're going to release a new logo and name and everything. And then, by the way, we're not going to have it ready for until 2026, which makes absolutely no fucking sense.
Well, I just think you would hold on to it, and I'm not surprised the MLB would let them do this. Like, because normally you've got a timeline that you can't announce certain things until until after certain deadlines.
Right.
Like for example, Columbus, right?
The Clingstones.
The Columbus couldn't announce the Clingstones until I think it was like 2 days after the season ended or something like that. So
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know that there's consistent rules for everyone, but still, I don't know what to think. But it just caught me off guard that they were going to do that. So.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's just something. I'm with Johnny. Just something fishy about all of this.
Yeah,
and another pun.
I know what he meant too. Yeah, another dad joke there. Throw the freaking ball.
But and Lichtenberg says, trying to keep interest and everything as well. Since they're behind on the stadium, they want the people of Wilson to have something to get behind probably as well.
Yeah, I can see that point.
I mean,
yeah, I get that point.
What do you think about somebody down the road picking back up the Carolina Mudcats name?
Well, let's be honest. This is not the first iteration of the Mudcats.
Right.
I think this is we're already on the 4th or 5th iteration of it. You know what I mean?
Well, they started out in Columbus as the Columbus Mudcats.
Exactly.
As the Columbus Mudcats. Yeah, exactly. So I guess but North Carolina has already literally kind of like lost a couple of teams already. You know what I mean? So for them to pick it up, the Mudcats, it would have to be affiliated unless somebody owns the rights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The part that gets me is that, throughout all this, you still got the Wilson Tobbs that are there, right? So you're generating interest in a baseball team in Wilson when they already have a team.
Right.
I'm not saying that you can't have two teams or whatever, but
it doesn't bode well for the Tobbs.
No, but what I would counter with what Eric is saying is they're trying to keep interest. Well, they already have baseball, so I could think that they could wait, even though if they know this is the next thing they're going to have. The Tobbs are,
and we haven't heard anything about the Tobbs either. We haven't heard anything. They've been quiet on that front.
Yeah, I mean, Greg Swear has said when the rumors first came out, Greg Swear is the team president, or the team. I guess he bought the team, but he used to run the High Toms. I think he still does. The High Point Thomasville High Toms. And he said they still have every intention of staying in Wilson, or at least he did at the time. I don't know if that situation has changed or not. Oh, did the Tobbs shut down? I did not realize that. That's what I'm saying.
Then why did they just release something 10 hours ago?
Or maybe he's questioning, will they? I don't know.
Yeah, did you forget a question mark there, Brett?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm on November on the 13th. Christmas is right around the corner. Get Tobbs fan in your family. The best gift you could ask for are Slugger Secret Santa pack. So I mean, they're planning for next year.
I was gonna say and I mean, I don't know Greg personally, but it seemed because season tickets are on sale, so they have every intention of playing in 25 at the very least. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, Eric?
No idea.
Well, I love that. I love that insightful analysis.
You know what that earns him? You know what that earns him? That's what that earns him for doing something like that disrespectful. How dare he do something like that? No? Anything? cool.
He's at a basketball game. He's
Yeah, I know. Like, might as well just go to the basketball game at this point. Enjoy the game, dude. We got you. We got you this week. We can text. You can text us the picks later if you want to. Anyways, all right. One last thing that I want to talk about that is baseball related, guys. Well, not one last thing, but I mean, there's so many things to talk about. But the Tampa Bay Rays.
Ooh,
Let's talk about that because that was like awkward as all get out, right? That, and I think I sent you the link to this first. Let's start with this, right? That the city lowered the insurance limits on the stadium.
Yeah, back in March. Yeah,
back in March, right? And they went from was it 100 million to 25 million?
25
Is it
million.
that? 25
Yeah,
million
correct.
to insure that stadium. Oh, and by the way, in a hurricane zone, prone zone. Oh, and now there was a hurricane, and then they lost the roof, and now they're estimated to be upwards. And this is just like, you know, right now it's just as an estimate, right? $55 million to renovate that stadium right now. $55 million. So who's going to pick up the tab now?
The taxpayers.
right.
I mean,
that's on
unless
Tampa.
there's I was going to say unless they have an owner that's willing to stump up that, I would imagine it's probably going to be.
I highly doubt that.
At least, yeah. Well, I'm not, and I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly how that would work, but eventually, I think it would make it back some way to that. I don't know, but it's looking real. It's a really bad look considering that.
Johnny,
if they kept the insurance the way they did, if they kept the insurance the way they did, they wouldn't be owing anything because insurance would cover it. But now you're what? Now you got to pick up an extra 30 million somewhere
easily.
And with city budgets dwindling, for various reasons, I'm not here to talk about why,
especially in the state of Florida.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's challenging, right? I mean, local budgets and whatnot, because, I work in local governments and it can be very difficult, people like city managers, county managers are trying to find ways to make ends meet. Sometimes with stuff costing more, obviously that limits the resources you have.
Yep.
So you try to find any way you can to find savings. This just looks in a hurricane prone zone. I would like to think that you try to find something other than your hurricane insurance, but it's just a bad look now. I mean, hindsight's 2020, right? But it's.
Let me ask you then. Let me ask you, and I'm only asking because I have to.
Yeah.
There is no stadium that's been, it hasn't been they're still under negotiations on all of that, right? Mm-hmm. They're still trying to negotiate a new stadium, so nothing has been settled. All of a sudden, you lost the stadium, right? You don't have enough to pay this. This is not looking good. No, it's not looking good for Tampa keeping that team there. I hate to say it. I don't want to. And we talked to Anna today, right? And she's like, I'm nervous because nothing's. You know what I mean? So now, what are they going to do? Like, you're playing at a spring training facility, and then what's stopping you from going somewhere else now?
Well, right. And I've got to say kudos to the Yankees, by the way, for letting them use Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah, brother, they're charging.
Well, still, I mean,
15 million. That's not that big a deal.
Is that what they're getting from it? Are they paying them 15 million to do that?
I think so. I think that's what I saw earlier. Still, the Yankees are going to add 15 million in revenue by letting them use that stadium.
Well, yeah, they're going to be making a lot of money. So the Yankees are probably going to be like, "Oh, we're going to get all of the concessions."
Right.
We're going to get all of that.
At this point, with as bad as the roof's gone, and there was always complaints about the walkways up in the rafters and stuff like that. I mean, I understand what Patrick's saying about where you find the money. I mean, literally, if they were saving 200-something thousand a month, so they've saved $2 million this year by cutting it back by 75 million. And so, I mean, again, you can't foresee this happening like that. They've had hurricanes come through there, and this has never happened. So I could kind of get like, well, it's never going to
Bro,
be
but it was just
bad
like,
enough.
yes, all of a sudden you do it
It was a
this year.
perfect
You
storm.
you do it this year, and all of a sudden the storm, and this, like, obviously we're still in the hurricane season, so let's not
Right.
forget that.
But at
Hurricane
this
season's
point,
not over.
At this point, do they take the opportunity to try and not just get money to put a new roof on this crappy, quote unquote, crappy stadium that everybody thinks is crappy? Do you just like totally just slice the whole roof off and renovate the entire stadium, but a whole new, different kind of roof, whole new everything, and just totally do it? Or do you say that's not worth doing at this point? Because they were looking at a new stadium anyway.
Yeah, I was just going to say, why are you going to spend all that money to renovate that ballpark just to then leave that ballpark to go somewhere else? It just financially, in my opinion, it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, but if you renovate it nice enough, do you stay there?
I mean, I think this gives them an opportunity that, all right, listen, now this thing is destroyed beyond repair, or 55 million plus to repair it. Why don't we just tear this whole thing to the ground and then build a brand new ballpark right here on where the old one used to be?
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Just sort of take it down.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
not fix up what you have, just get rid of.
But wasn't the new stadiums that's been agreed in that they said was maybe agreed in principle, not official, but like agreed in principle? Wasn't that on a completely different site, or was that on the same plot of land?
It was like very close to it. Which, by the way, from what everything, and what I'm being told is that traffic is a nightmare going to the ballpark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Virgil says location was part of the problem, and I understand that too. I do remember them saying just the location itself was bad.
Yeah, why don't you just move it to the other side of the island, right? Just go to Tampa.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Instead of having it in St. Pete, go to Tampa and just build it there. That way you'll have access to more land, more developing opportunities, and things like that. I just don't get why they want to keep it there. None of this has made sense to me.
Well, I think probably it's because you have you have to have willing landowners to even entertain it, right? So that and that's why locations are so limited as we speak, because people know, a lot of people are more aware of the assets that they have, and the best in it. Yeah, I agree, Eric.
Very true, Eric.
Yeah. But
that's what I'm saying.
But you guys bring up a good point. Like, is the 56 million going to be just a very short-term solution? Like, i.e., put a Band-Aid on the problem?
That's a Band-Aid. That's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like you said, they were looking to build a new stadium somewhere else. If you're the city that's got to foot this cost of putting a new roof on this, you say, hey, we're just not going to put a new roof on it. Y'all go ahead and just move somewhere else at this point.
Listen, you already have a lot of spring training facilities already there. Use one of those spring training facilities. It's not ideal, but like you can, they can spend some money to put some additions into Steinbrenner Field, and then play there until the new stadium is completed.
So
if that's what you want to do, right? Or listen, at this point, there's a couple of cities that are looking to get a major league team. I don't want to be that person right now, but the reality is that like there has been a lot of problems with what's been going on. Why don't you just go ahead and look for viable solutions in other cities? A lot of cities already have ownership ready to go, and they have areas that are ready to be built.
Yeah.
Well, Donnie, question: short term at Steinbrenner Field, are they going to bring the Rays in and put them next to the busts of the legends at Legends Field? Like, are they going to bring like the Stingray pool, the Devil Ray pool, and put it next to the legends and their busts? Or how's that going to work for 2025? I said, how's that going to work for 2025? or do fans get to come and pet the busts?
The thing too is
like shine the heads of Yankees legends.
Nah, they're not going to do all that. But the Tarpons now have to figure out how they're going to adjust.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
because they would have their schedule already set. So now they're going to have to reconfigure.
This is the perfect storm for Major League Baseball. This is what they did not want to happen. Yeah. Oakland is not settled. Tampa is not settled. Those are the two teams that we've been talking about for over a year now, about them finding either a location or a new stadium. And now they're both going to be playing for a whole season in a minor league facility. I mean,
well, if they, like we just said, if Tampa or St. Pete says, you know what, we're not going to spend 55, 75, 80 million dollars to put a new roof on this stadium just to have you leave anyway. I mean, they could be in limbo for 3 years, just like the A's. I mean, we could be looking at
Yeah.
2020, 2027, 2028 before either one of them are actually in a new home.
And Major League Baseball wants to expand, and they can't even have that discussion because these two teams are not been settled yet of what they're going to do.
Well,
right.
And
Yep.
Donnie, I think your point of 27 and 28 is well taken, because that estimate is basically if they started now.
Right. Exactly.
Like, to start on those renovations, because something people have to keep in mind: supply chain for materials is still an issue
in Florida. Oh my God!
Well, really,
it's a nightmare
anywhere
right now.
Especially Florida. I said anywhere, but especially in Florida.
Yeah.
So if there's gonna be haggling over whether or not they're gonna do this, then you may not be able to hit that target of 26. That's a very ambitious timeline with what the materials that they're going to need, and if everything aligns, maybe you can do that.
What a mess!
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously, don't have any insight on what their timeline is as far as getting materials, and Donnie, this, working on construction projects like that. I mean, it all has to align, right? So,
oh yeah,
yeah. So,
I mean, they're still having trouble in Augusta getting materials to get everything back up. I mean, a lot of the coax that they need, they don't have. Yeah. They're having areas right now that people still don't have cable because they haven't had the cable to put back up. I mean, they got the fiber up in most everywhere, but the fiber just feeds the old copper cable, and they haven't got enough copper cable to put up everywhere.
It's such a hot mess. I mean, look at Asheville, North Carolina. They're still trying to rebuild there.
Well, and also build in inflation with what this could cost. It costs $55 million today. Like, what's it going to cost what's it going to cost 6 months from now, 12 months from now, if you don't just do it?
Right. So, that's why I said they could be looking at, like, we're not going to spend 75 or $80 million at this point.
Yeah.
So
because with, and this, you guys know this, but like, if you're looking at inflation, like month to month, I mean, you're seeing big increases. Like, I've seen projects that we work on that the longer, if it takes someone 3 extra months, you can add, several million onto a project just by waiting.
I mean, if I'm the city, and that the Rays have been looking to go somewhere else, the only way I fix that stadium now is probably for them to sign a 20-year lease. You sign a 20-year lease to stay in this stadium, then we'll renovate it. Otherwise, go somewhere else.
You got to have contractual guarantees with the team that you're going to be like, we're going to fix this, or we're going to build a new stadium, but you have to sign a lease, a multi-year deal. Like, we need a 20-25-year, 30-year deal with the city that you are going to stay and you're not leaving. That needs to be settled.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's going to be driving this whole thing. I don't think they'll start doing anything. So the next couple of months is going to be where that negotiation is going to have to be decided. And if they don't decide it by, January or February, then forget it. It's over. They'll be somewhere else.
Again, I don't want to be that guy, but this does not bode well for the team staying in Tampa.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I mean, again, anything can happen at this point. I think we've been pretty on the side of being correct on this thing, right? When it comes to Oakland, we knew that they were leaving. We knew already that was going to be like, yeah, they're done. You know what I mean? You saw the tea leaves. There were some team, some people, Baseball Digest, that were like telling us that we were wrong. We weren't. So just suck it.
And to that point, did you see the other day was the last few Arizona Fall League players and coaches were the last ones to wear the Oakland uniform?
Yep.
That was kind of sad. It's cool to see those guys in that uniform, but also kind of sad that that's it.
If I'm Oakland, I'm auctioning those uniforms.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm auctioning them. Yeah. Make some money. At this point, listen, we already know you're a greedy bastard. Auction the shit out of those.
That's right.
Why not? So, All right, so let me ask you this, and then we'll move on to some football discussion here. I want to get as of right now, seeing with everything that we have, we see all the evidence, everything that's been going on. I say the team moves. I think the team moves out of Tampa. What say you guys? Seeing everything you've seen so far, what do you guys think? Not everybody at once.
It's a tough question, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything, just like we just said, I think everything is leaning towards this is not going to bode well for them staying in Tampa or even in the Tampa area, unless one of the other locations that they were looking at is going to step up and say, you know what, let's make this happen. It's all going to come down to the team making the commitment to stay where the stadium's going to be, regardless of whether it's at the current location renovated, redone, or one of these new locations. And they had not been able to work the new locations out either. And I don't know if that's an issue with, and Patrick can maybe speak to this more, I don't know if that's an issue with those cities or towns that they were looking to move out of this specific municipality to others. Because I don't personally remember where those others exactly were. I know one was closer, like in Tampa versus St. Pete, but they also talked about Clearwater at one point too. So I'm not sure what the whole situation was.
They decided, I think it was like the final decision was like, right by the stadium, like close by, and it was like a diamond looking at stadium. It was like looked like a pyramid. So like some of the renderings that they put out there.
Is that the same municipality that they are dealing with now with the current stadium?
I think it's the city of St. Petersburg.
Yep.
Still St. Petersburg. So that's the thing. St. Petersburg either needs to get them to sign. I mean, at this point, if you're St. Pete, rather than fix the old stadium, let's work out the agreement on the new one and let's move forward with that. I think if they can work that out, they stay. If they can't work anything out with the city to stay at a new location there, I think they're gone. I mean, the more we've talked about this, the more I've come to realize what we were saying is there's no reason to renovate the old stadium. You either tear it down and rebuild there, but you have the issues that you had before with it being where it is, or you just say, look, hey, let's not even put money back into this. It is what it is. It probably costs you less to take it down now at this point than it would have before. And let's work out an agreement for this new location and let's move forward with that, which still puts them in limbo for a few years anyway.
Well, just for some context, and MLB still has it up. It's the area is the historic gas plant district, which is an old neighborhood in downtown St. Petersburg. And and the anchor was going to be the new Tampa Bay Rays Park. So it's going to be a lot of mixed use development and, I'm sure entertainment, dining, probably some housing,
which they probably bought the whole land. Major League Baseball, all the team owner bought the whole land, and they're like, no, we are going to do a like you said, multi-use venues, and then we are all going to make some money out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? So
it's it's the new. Well, I mean, I always think of the Atlanta Braves as like a blueprint for that, right? I mean, it was like, let's build where we can build an experience for people, not just a stadium. So it's got to have shopping around it. It's got to have restaurants. It's because people are looking for that experience, right? There, if you're going to be paying that, they want everything in one place. So what's been the actual
what's been the holdup on this then? Because I'm just not up to speed.
City hasn't voted on it.
Okay. So
and to be honest with you, I don't expect them to have a vote this year. I don't expect them to have a vote this year. The elections just happened, right? Yeah. I think they're gonna try to push this to next year when the new group comes in. I don't think they're voting on this right now. And listen, this is not a political statement or anything like that, but like you got new people in there, they're gonna try to make their names. They're gonna try to make their bones there. This could fail. This could be like, no, we're gonna use this money for other things that we find more interesting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We don't know that. Again, this is pure speculation at this point.
Yeah. Well,
Eric, what do you think?
So
if they have, if they're going to move out of Tampa, where are they going to go? Because with the 2 expansion teams, Tampa wasn't figured into that, right? So is that going to be essentially like a 3rd new location?
So the way that it is, and the way that Major League Baseball has said is that they need to figure out, Tampa Bay and Oakland needs to figure out exactly what's going on, what's going to happen. They need to finalize those deals, right? And then we could talk about expansion in this 2 teams. So it technically would be 3 locations if you include Tampa as figuring out what's going on. Oakland kind of has been decided, Vegas, right? But now Tampa needs to be figured out. Virgil, I think there was a vote, but however, I was talking to Anna, and then she said that nothing has been finalized or anything like that, so everything is still in limbo.
So, just a little context: in July, on July 18th, the St. Petersburg City Council approved a financing deal to build the stadium. The council voted 5-3 to approve a dozen legally binding documents between the city, Pinellas County, the Rays, and the development partner on the project. And they issued municipal bonds to help pay for the city's share of stadium costs. And then at the end of July, Pinellas County commissioners approved funding for the new ballpark. So they put up about $312 million toward the design and building of the ballpark. But again, this was all before the hurricane, right? So the original plan was to start building the stadium in early 2025 and have it ready for opening day in 2028. Obviously, with Hurricane Milton, that's going to impact the schedule of the project.
Just move forward with a new stadium. Just forget trying to renovate this ballpark. Play in at Steinbrenner Stadium. Deal with what you got to deal with, and then move into the new stadium.
Well, and yeah, like they could say that that Hurricane Milton is now necessitated like a more urgent need to have this stadium if they're going to build it. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how Milton has impacted what happened in July or won't, because if it's legally binding, obviously, the die's been cast. But we'll see what happens. But if they've already started issuing municipal bonds, and then both the city and the county have both agreed to their part of the funding, then it's moving along to a certain degree. But we'll see what happens. That's all we can really do. We don't really know.
This article from 5 hours ago, Tampa Bay Times, points out that 2 new commission members haven't commented or committed to voting no against the bond. But if they did, along with the other 2 that had voted no, then it wouldn't pass, even though the previous people had already passed it. And I mean, the team is, according to this, looks like the team's putting in $700 million of that $1.3 billion. So they're on the hook for more than half easily of the new stadium. So I don't know. I mean, I would be finding some way, if I'm the team, to say, you know what, let's just go forward with the new stadium. We'll figure out the next 2 years without, or do as, I mean, heck, if you have to, minimize what the repair is. I don't know if you could somehow just take that roof off and play with an open air stadium and use the stadium kind of as is, and the basic layout without a roof for 2 years. Could you get by? Sure, try. Why not? I mean, I know there's a drainage issue and all that, but you know what? I'd take my chances. I'd either have rainouts and double.
Let me ask you this.
To save money over spending millions.
Let me ask you this, and I'll start with Eric on this one. What is stopping the ownership pulling the same thing that Fisher pulled?
I don't think there's anything, is there?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we could be having this whole conversation just like we were having a conversation about Oakland. I was like, we're working with the city. The city is willing to put all the money and everything, and then so is Fisher, and then just pull that out from under the rug from them.
Yeah, what's there to say that they wouldn't do that?
Well, The only thing I'm saying is at this point, I think they're a lot further along in Tampa than they were in Oakland. Because in Oakland, nothing was ever signed to my knowledge. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I don't think anything was ever signed. They were just discussions.
So. Right.
They got close, but I don't think anything was.
There were
signed.
negotiations for sure.
Yeah, but the city and the county have passed certain measures, and I can't speak to the legality of breaking those rules. Of breaking that. I don't know. I'd have to look a little bit more into it, but it'd be interesting to see because when you're signing legally binding stuff like that, it gets really messy to try to get out of it. So, it can again. So I don't know.
Did ownership sign it?
What it said there was legally binding documents between the Rays, the developer, and the city and the county.
Yeah, I'm with you. So they signed those legally binding contracts.
Yeah, I can't tell you with like any amount of certainty. I'm just like my source here, like what I'm reading doesn't clarify that.
I got you.
Yeah.
See, I don't understand why you would have another vote with new council members if you already had a vote and it was approved. But again, I don't understand how local politics works other than probably not well. So, I mean, it just seems like everything's a go. I don't understand why new members would come in and be able to change the vote.
Have you seen our politics lately in the United States? They can, so new team can come in and just kill the whole deal without you. So I mean,
that's true.
There could be an out in the agreement, like if certain guideposts aren't met or certain performance measures aren't met, then they can pull out of the deal if if X, Y, and Z, if A, B, and C happen.
Not met, yeah.
So there could be that. I mean, there's provisions in a contract, right, where you're gonna have an out clause, or if you don't fulfill your end of the bargain, then I can get out of the deal. So, like municipal bonds don't come through, or they don't provide the level of funding they say they would, then you can walk away from the project. So. I don't mean so I'm only saying it's legally binding if everyone fulfills their obligations as outlined in the contract.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
just a disclaimer, I am no expert on this, but
you're more of an expert in this than us. So when it comes to that.
It's just more. I'm going based off of what I've seen when I work with local governments, not necessarily with this specific project. I'd have to probably look into.
No, I got you, homie.
But, yeah,
I got you. I appreciate you looking into it. So thank you so much. All right, boys and girls, are we ready? It was a good talk. I mean, that was like an hour discussion on all of this. Just so you guys know, we've had a whole discussion on baseball, which is hot stove. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So,
I know Eric's been excited.
I know he has been excited about this. I can tell. All right. So
I can see that smile now.
I know, right? You can tell. All right, boys and girls. So here's what we got going on. All right. So we've already picked one team. All right. We've already picked the game that we have that's going on right now. And then I lost this. I think the score is still 7-3. Yep, it's 7-3 Commanders. Yep. That's the third quarter just started. So
yeah, I'm going to lose to Ed again this week. Outstanding.
The picks are Eagles for Eric, Patrick, and Donnie. I picked the Commanders. It's still early. This is this is one of those team games that we've all said it's like this is a good. Finally, we're getting a good Thursday night game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited for that. So thank God for a good Thursday night game. All right, moving on to the slate of games going on. All right, so we got the Packers at Bears. Green Bay is favorite 5.5 on this one. The over-under is 40.5. I'm going to leave Eric to the end on this one. Obviously, his team is the Packers. I'm going to start with you, Patrick. What say you, my friend?
Who is it? Packers and who again?
Packers and Bears.
Oh my god!
And it's only 5.5. They're only 5.5 favorite. The Packers are.
So Jordan Love's interceptions, like he's been throwing quite a few interceptions lately, which is concerning, but that pales in comparison to the dumpster fire that is the Chicago Bears. Like like there's been talk of, are they going to bench Caleb Williams? And the Bears ruined yet another quarterback. Not that any of us loved Caleb Williams to start with, but
Nope.
like there's been a lot of talk about that. So, I think Jordan Love can even be half of what he's a great quarterback in my opinion, but he can even be half of what he is and still beat the Bears. So go Pack, go. Give me Green Bay.
All right, Donnie.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay on this. Bears are just a mess.
A hot mess.
I don't. They're changing. They got rid of the offensive coordinator. Yeah, there's not any chance for them on this game.
Can we be honest? Eberflus should have been fired. It's not the OC at this point. Like, I mean, we're trying to play the blame game here. The blame game needs to be on the general manager and the head coach. I don't, in my opinion, I don't see at least one of them coming back next year. I definitely don't see
either one
Eberflus
comes back.
I see that. That's where I am. I don't think either one come back. The Packers are a more stable organization right now. Granted, Jordan Love has 15 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So you're right. He has double interceptions right now. That's a little concerning, but it's not as concerning as what the Bears are going through. Then you have, like, the news came out that the Bears are looking to, they wanted to bench Caleb Williams because he just wasn't playing or anything like that. So give me the Packs. All right, Eric, all you, buddy.
I don't know what to expect with Chicago.
It is a divisional game.
Exactly, and it's in Chicago. Green Bay's coming off a bye. They got rid of their coordinator. That's the only thing I don't know what to expect coming. I know it's only a week off, but sometimes you're a little bit rusty and being on the road divisional. But there's 0% chance in this world that I would pick Chicago over Green Bay. So give me the Pack.
Yeah, I figure that. Okay. All right, here's another fun one. You guys ready for this one? All right, so we have here the Jaguars going to the Detroit Lions. We're all picking the Jaguars, right?
Well, Donnie is, because that's his team.
That's his team. I'm going to leave Donnie for the end.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, so what was it? A couple weeks ago, we said that the Lions would cover the spread against the Titans.
They're covering the spread. You want to know the spread on this one?
13.
14.
14.
So that was higher than what the Titans were. And I said the over, the Lions would cover on their own, and they did. I feel like the Jaguars are a little bit better than the Titans, but there's absolutely no way the Jags are going to win. Give me the Lions.
And then here's the over-under on this one, 46.5.
See, again, I think the Lions could cover that by themselves.
Yeah,
so I got Lions on that one.
That does seem like a low over with that high of a spread.
It's I wouldn't pick that. Like, if I was betting, I would pick the over on this one just for the Detroit Lions to cover.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it just doesn't make any sense. Like, the minus 14, yeah, I believe it. You know what I'm saying? And then if you guys want to talk about it, it's like, listen, Jared Goff has 2,080 yards. He's thrown for 2,080 yards, 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Gibbs has been running, he has 122 carries, 727 yards, 7 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So let's go Lions on this one.
But isn't it Peterson that's out there on the field making the plays for the Jaguars, and that's why they lose?
Apparently, yes. Apparently. So go figure on that, my friend. Go figure. So, all right. Patrick, what say you?
Question for the Florida Fighting Donnie's number one fan. Is your long-haired wonder going to be playing this week or not?
No.
I don't think so, but I don't follow the team anymore, so I don't know.
Well, we all know you do. Anyway,
He's already been ruled out.
Okay. Well, so
I mean, there was
That's
talk that
yet-
he was probably going to go on IR. I don't know if that's going to happen.
They're hoping. What they're saying is they're hoping that he comes back post-bye.
well, Gabe Davis isn't 100%. Brian Thomas Jr. is not 100%. So, that's so like you're arguably your top two receivers are not 100% healthy. I mean, I think they'll play, but I think they're not 100% healthy. I agree with everything you guys said. I think the Lions could cover I think they'll cover the spread, but I think they can just score the 46 on their own if they're playing anywhere near their capabilities.
Okay.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery have a field day. St. Brown is going to have a field day. So I think you're not going to see Jared Goff throwing 5 interceptions. So
where'd you say it was? Jacksonville or Detroit?
They're in Detroit.
Oh, yeah, then it's over.
Yeah. Give me the Detroit Lions over the Florida Fighting Donnies.
All right. So, Mr. Fighting Donnie, what say you?
Oh, the Lions all the way. The Jaguars have got no chance.
Man, are we going back to your hat draft again?
He might have to.
Yeah. No, I'm back on the
He's got to pick
bandwagon. I went back to my old reliable.
Yeah, he's got to pick his 32nd team of the season.
He does. All right. So here's another game. Oh,
you want to jump on that dumpster fire?
Don't do that.
Hey, I've already been on 2 others.
True story.
Hey, listen, if you want to come, I was gonna say, if you want to come to the madness, join us. We're on our 14th starter of the season,
and you still got the Browns to pick. So I mean, that's another dumpster fire. So
you know how the trend now is like the hats with the city or the name upside down.
Yep.
The Colts need a upside down horseshoe.
Yeah. Well, you know what you can do? You can name them the Indianapolis flip floppers after that because they keep going from Flacco to Richardson. So
yeah,
it fits.
All right. Here we go, boys and girls. Vikings and Titans. Minnesota is favored -6 on this one. Over under is 39.5. They are playing in Tennessee. So what say you, boys?
Is Will Levis
Tennessee's
back?
I don't know if it matters.
Well, I was going to say all the more reason to pick the Vikings then. If Will Levis is back.
Like Mason Rudolph was any better.
Well, I know. That's what I mean, though.
I said, fire.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get us started. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think the Vikings are going to absolutely wallop the Titans. So give me Minnesota. Even Minnesota at 75%. I think JJ McCarthy after his second knee surgery would even be able to come in and beat the Titans. So, and that's coming from a fan of the Colts.
Only a 6 point. Right. I'm surprised it's only a 6 point spread.
Yeah. Yeah. Mrs. Influencer said she heard L'Jarius Sneed isn't enjoying Tennessee. I wonder why. Maybe Casey will get him back because he went there for a payday. He went there for a payday and that's it.
I mean, I'll be honest. I would have done the same thing too.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean,
I'm
not mad at him getting his money.
Wallet.
Yeah. I'd take that money and get one of those swanky houses in Donnie's neighborhood.
Hell yeah. Why not?
Go live large in Lexington is what I say.
All right.
Money goes a long way here.
Hell yeah. I'm going to pick the Vikings on this one, boys. There's no way that I'm going to be. That's
a bold pick, Cotton.
I know, right? Bold pick, Cotton. What are you guys thinking?
Vikings.
Eric?
So they should beat them pretty handily. However, didn't they only beat the Jaguars 12-7 last week and Darnold had 3 interceptions?
Last one, the Tennessee. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's true.
Yes.
So I don't know what happened in that game, but, all the same, they should win pretty handily. So, yeah, give me Vikings.
Were they
All right.
Were they in Jacksonville last week when they played, or was that game in Minnesota?
It was in Jacksonville.
It was in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think that could have made a difference.
Yeah.
All right. So we all got the Vikings then.
Yep.
All right. So next one. This is an interesting game. I think it's going to be an interesting game just because of there's so many news around these two teams. But the Raiders and Dolphins, Miami is favored by a touchdown on this one. 43.5 is the on the over/under on this one. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Give me the Dolphins. Raiders, I don't know what the Raiders are going to they're just riding along today.
Go ahead, Eric.
I don't know that they're going to cover it, but I think the Dolphins should win. Last week they didn't look the best, but won that game. Monday night?
Yeah.
Against the Chargers. I don't know. 7 seems high for them because they're not clicking right now, but they have most of their guys healthy. So I say Dolphins on that one.
All right, Patrick.
I think Eric makes some good points. I just think the Dolphins have more weapons, even if they're not clicking. I mean, Achane looks better with Tua under center. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle look at their best, at least this season, when Tua's under center. So, and I'm sure Joe Profit can relate for both you and me, Ed, about having headaches watching your team. So, yeah. Donnie too, probably. I just don't know what team that is for Donnie on a given week.
Donnie has two teams that are giving double the headache.
That's right.
Yeah.
I take Tylenol and ibuprofen.
I was going to say, he needs the fast acting stuff. He needs the BC powder or goodies.
That's right.
Yeah, you go.
Anyways. Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
So Dolphins.
So Dolphins for me. I think the Raiders are another dumpster fire.
Okay. All right. Rams and Patriots. The Los Angeles Rams are favored by 4.5. This is in New England, just so you guys know. Over under is 43.5. What are you guys thinking?
Like I was just saying, I don't know what happened to the Rams the other night, but I still don't really trust the Patriots. Drake May doesn't really have any weapons or anything, so I say the Rams.
Yeah, I hate the Rams coming east in a 1:00 game and going against the statistics on that. But I don't. I'm like you. I don't know what the Patriots are gonna. I don't know what the Patriots are gonna bring to the table with that. May's playing okay. The Rams, I don't know. Like Eric said, I don't know what happened to them the other night because I had no idea they were going to get beat by the Dolphins like that. They just sort of didn't show up with everything they've got. I think they're going to buck the trend. Give me the Rams.
Rams. Okay. Patrick.
The Rams remind me a lot of the Falcons because you just don't know what's going to – there's so much talent on offense, but you don't know what you're going to get in a given week. Now, the only defense I have for the Rams is that, Nakua is only recently coming back. Cooper Kupp is only a few weeks back. So I'm hoping that with maybe more reps with Nakua and Kupp that – Stafford can reestablish that, and that Kyron Williams can keep being excellent like he has been most of the season. So give me even though they're coming east, I still like them a lot more than the Patriots. Give me the Rams.
Okay. I'm going to go with you guys. Last week I picked the Patriots, and they barely, so yeah, Rams.
Who won the picks last week, by the way?
I just don't want to put that out there. I didn't want to announce it too big. I just want to,
right here.
All right.
I'm going to keep it secret, but
the guy that writes everything down and we don't remember what he wrote down always.
No, I remember what you wrote down.
That's true, Donnie. That is very true, Donnie.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wins a lot, doesn't he?
What are you talking about? The last few weeks that all of you guys been winning. I've been in last place because I've been doing hashtag for the content.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Browns and Saints.
Oh my gosh!
Really
can we just skip?
Is that one
can we just
Germany?
skip?
This is such a bad game. However,
Question.
it is in
Hey,
New
Good
Orleans.
question, Eric.
There,
Good question, Eric.
there's only one good 1 o'clock game, by the way.
There hasn't been I've been looking, and then like the one.
Did you guys hear what Eric said?
No,
Yeah.
Eric, say
I
it again.
ignored him.
I said, is this game in Germany?
Could be.
It
That's
should
about,
be.
that's about the level. That's about the level of game they get.
This is the level of shit games that they get. Yeah. All right. Browns Saints. New Orleans is only favored by 1. And the over under is
Can't believe
44 and a half.
I can't believe it's just not a money line thing. Good luck.
Do they really do many money lines though? They got to put
No.
something on one of the teams. If it's going to be a money line, they'll usually give a point to the home team.
Which they're doing. So
Right.
yeah, I'm gonna
Forgive
go
my
with the
ignorance,
Browns.
Eric. I
guys.
don't know how that works.
I know this is gonna sound very controversial, but like even the Saints suck. You know what I mean? So like, I think the Browns have a shot at this. They're both they're both, Browns are 2-7. They're 1-3 away, and then Saints are 3-7 with 2-3 at home. So they play more games at home, right? Man, I don't know about this one. But I'm gonna pick the Browns just because I haven't picked the Browns all year. So I figured I'm due for one. So I figured this would be a good one that they could actually pull off.
Okay, I got a story for you because I'm sorry, I've got to go next.
Oh God.
Jameis's current team is now facing Jameis's old team.
Yep, here we go.
So Jameis is going to be on a mission to make New Orleans remember what they're missing with the legend that is Jameis Winston throwing to his favorite target, Cedric Tillman. And all I'm going to say is that my guy Jameis is going to be about his business, and he's going to show up and put on a clinic against those New Orleans Saints. So give me the Cleveland Browns, give me the dog pound, give me a Cedric Tillman touchdown, and a Jameis masterclass.
Highly doubt it, but I like what you're going with this.
Famous
Okay.
Jameis, baby.
Yeah, right, exactly. Donnie.
Well, both of y'all just stole all of my thunder because I was like, Jameis is returning home. Here comes I was like, he's going to come down there with something. Y'all both totally took my whole narrative. I even had Browns written down already.
Look at you.
There. I already had it written
man.
down before we even got to this game. So
Straight from the mayor's desk.
I'm with you guys. The Saints, I don't know about the Saints. I mean, they're at home. They could win this, but I think they're the Aints. You're right. I'm like you, though. I think Jameis is wanting to prove something for whatever reason. I don't think he needs to with them, but I think he wants to go down there and just be like balling out in front of them.
He's already a legend. He's already a legend there. He just goes around making himself legends in places.
He goes out there and just be like, "Oh, the coach called this one. Yeah, no, we're not going to do that." Eric, what you say?
Eric, is he there?
So the Saints just beat the Falcons. So I don't know what's going on with that.
But we've been talking about the Falcons being a very bipolar team.
Well, that's true. But it's in New Orleans.
Hey, Eric, did you just pull up at Aaron Rodgers' dark room?
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey guys, stop giving Eric hate. He showed up for this
retreat.
pick.
Eric's on a dark.
Yeah, I was just saying Eric showed up for this pick, man.
That's right.
Was it the joke that he took?
There he is.
Hey, hi.
Hi, Eric.
What's up? I think give me the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the
For the
Saints.
content.
I'm glad that you didn't.
it.
Yeah. Listen, you could be right.
Hashtag content.
Right. Hashtag for the content. All right. We got a few games here left, guys. Colts at Jets. Jets are favored by 4.
Who is?
The Jets are favored by 4.
Oh my gosh.
43.5.
You know you're bad when.
Awkward. Hey, and
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson is making a comeback.
Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich.
Either the greatest decision or the biggest dumpster fire.
I don't know. I think that here's can I give you my opinion on the Colts? I think the
Please
Colts
do.
are the coaching staff wants to put Flacco, but ownership wants to put Anthony Richardson, is my opinion. Like, it is preservation and then trying to figure out what the hell they have.
It's
Ursay. I heard earlier today
making. Go ahead, Darren.
Go ahead.
Donnie.
You got the Colts. They're your team.
No,
you
really
have
like
the
to hear
inside
what you
report.
have to say.
All I was
don't
going to say
actually.
is the talk on the radio today.
Somebody talk.
Was that the last 3 games were against some really tough competition, and now that they're playing the Jets, they're like, okay, let's put him in against a little bit lesser team, so to speak, and see what happens.
Yeah, but you're sending the wrong message. This is the same kid that tapped out of a game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're just telling him, "Oh, we need you back now. Come on in and play." No, dude. If you're going to already take him out and then teach him a fucking lesson and let him sit for the rest of the year.
Well, and the big thing is, as bad as he's been on the field, the biggest problem has been and he said it himself, he has to sacrifice more because he's got to learn what it means to be a professional, and a leader, a quarterback leader in the National Football League. Because there's obviously been some off the field stuff in terms of, their concerns about his leadership and the example he sets, which, those intangibles are just as important, as you guys know, as what you produce on the field, right? I mean, you're supposed to be a captain and leading like an offensive unit and be someone who is a leader even to the defensive unit in a sense. You're supposed to be a leader on a football team. And I think the hope was that he was going to learn from Joe Flacco, although the problem that Flacco has, he didn't play well, number one, but number two, he was playing behind a threadbare offensive line that's kind of been, piecemealed together all season. And he didn't really get a chance to show what he was about. So now he's been thrust. Now Richardson's been thrust back in. So we'll see how he responds.
There you go. All right. So who you got then?
We talking about me?
Yeah.
You know what? This is probably a for the content pick because I've sworn I'm not going to go against I've sworn I'm not going to pick the Jets. So
I'm not picking
the
Jets,
what?
though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm just going with the Colts because I don't have a lot of comments that game. Yeah. This game could go either way because, it's the Colts and the Jets, but I'm gonna stick with my boys as much of a dumpster fire as it is right now. They have been a lot recently anyway. So give me the Colts for the shoe.
We got to hurry it up here. We're already almost at an hour and a half here, boys. So let's get going. Donnie.
Jets. Jets. Jets.
All right, Eric.
Jets.
Yep. Hashtag content. Okay. This is a good one. And this is a 4:00 game, right? No, this is a 1:00 game. Ravens at Steelers. That's going to be a good game.
It's the only good 1:00 game.
This is really the only good 1:00 game. I got the Steelers. I'm going to roll with Russell Wilson.
Same. I think the Steelers could win this with their defense. So I got Steelers.
Okay. Eric. Patrick.
I've been impressed. Give me the Steelers.
All right. Donnie, you got the Ravens, right?
Yes. Let's see here. Steelers are 7-1 the last 4 years against the Ravens. Lamar's 1-3 against the Steelers as a starter. Derrick Henry, even though he's only been with the Ravens for a while, versus the Steelers, he only averages 60 yards a game. He's had 2 rushing touchdowns, no catching touchdowns, 8 yards receiving per game. Russell Wilson's only beaten the Ravens once, averages 63%. So give me the Ravens.
All right.
He said, "Let's hurry up."
Everything,
dude comes.
Everything
Mr.
points.
Analysis all of a sudden.
Everything points to the Steelers winning this game. Give me the Ravens.
When did he become Mr. Analysis guy all of a sudden?
I know, right?
Ed's like, hurry it up. Let's see. 500 yards, 7-1 in his last 8.
I'll take all the time I want for my pick.
Ed said no. He just told you.
Did you know?
Falcons and Broncos, boys and girls. Falcons and Broncos. Denver is favored by 2 on this one. Over under is 44.5. Donnie.
Gosh, I want to pick give me the Falcons. I don't know why going to Denver they shouldn't win this game, but yeah, I'm gonna stay with the Falcons. I think they're the better team.
Okay, Patrick.
Give me the Falcons as well. I'm going to pick this as a Jekyll week for them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Eric.
Broncos.
I'm going with Eric. I'm
Going for the Fighting Dolphins.
Yeah, I like Knicks. I don't know. I like Knicks. I like Bo Nix. All right. Seahawks, 49ers. 49ers are favored by 6.5 on this one. Over under is 48.5.
I think that over is too high,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of surprised the spread's like that. Give me the 49ers, though.
Okay. Same here.
yeah. 49ers have got McCaffrey back. They're going to start rolling a little bit better with him and some other stuff going on. Give me the Niners.
Okay. Patrick.
Give me the Niners. I think having all these people back also helps Kittle. So give me the 49ers.
I like it. All right. Chiefs, Bills. Buffalo's favored by 2. This is going to be a good Sunday night game, boys. No, this is a 4 o'clock
This
game.
is 4
o'clock.
Yeah.
4 o'clock game.
3 o'clock.
This should be a Sunday night or a Monday night game right here. They should have flexed the Bengals Chargers out of there, or even Texas and Cowboys on Monday night and put this game on. You know what I mean?
Dallas shouldn't even be on, much less Monday.
Dallas should just not be on any. Like they need to be flexed out to like being hidden at a 1 o'clock game for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Cowboys never play 1 o'clock games. They should play 1 o'clock games the rest of the year as a punishment.
They should, because how bad they are. I tell Miss Influencer to look away. To just don't listen.
Earmuff, Shannon. Earmuff, Shannon.
Earmuffs, Shannon. I get the Bills.
Yeah, contrary to actually, in support of Val and her theories, the NFL doesn't want the Chiefs to win this game. They want them to win the AFC Championship game, which this is a preview of. So
which, by the way, she told us she was going to be on the show to talk about some conspiracy theories.
But I think
she had to make another trip to Whole Foods.
She loves Whole Foods. I just think this is the game the Chiefs finally lose because they've been so close to losing so many, and it's at Buffalo. I just think this is when Buffalo's going to win. And I don't know, the Chiefs. Every team that's undefeated needs a loss just to kind of reset. So maybe this is that game.
Listen, we don't want what happened with the Patriots.
Right.
All right. So Donnie got the Bills as well. Patrick.
Josh Allen's playing well, man. So I'm going to go the Bills. I don't know. It feels weird picking against the Chiefs, but
Eric, you better not pick the Bills. You better not pick the Bills. You better pick the Chiefs, hun.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There was no way. They haven't lost. Everybody expects them to lose. This is the game they expect them to lose. Patrick Mahomes knows who he's playing. Give me the Chiefs.
All right.
I don't know if she's still awake or not, but she'll find out soon.
Well, you get to sleep. You get to sleep in your bed tonight. Good for you.
There you go. Good job.
I'm on the couch right now.
Oh, we know.
Well,
I know you're chilling pretty good right there. Okay. Bengals and Chargers. The Chargers are favored, obviously. But here's the thing: they're only favored by 1.5 on this one, and the over/under is 42.5. And this is a Sunday night game, guys. I'm liking the Bengals for this one. I don't know why. The Bengals barely lost last week, so I'm gonna go with the Bengals on this one.
They've also been a team not like Atlanta, but similar, where there's some games they probably should have won.
Yep.
I thought they had a good chance of winning the game Thursday night.
They should have won that game.
I would assume they're going to play the same, hopefully level this week. So I also picked the Bengals.
All right. Patrick.
The funny thing is the Chargers haven't given up more than 21 points in a game all season, but Joe Burrow's playing
They've
at a
also
really high
haven't
level.
scored 21 points. I'm just kidding.
Oh, exactly. So, but they haven't played an offense like the Bengals either. So give me the Bengals.
All right.
Jamar Chase, baby. Go Tigers.
Donnie.
Give me
Oh,
Chargers.
going with the Chargers.
Are you bolting up?
Hashtagging up.
Hashtagging up. All right. Last game. This I don't even know why we're picking this game. Honestly, I mean the Cowboys are this bad. Okay. They are this bad. I don't want to hear from the owner. I don't want to hear from the head coach. I don't want to hear from Micah Parsons. You guys are a bad team. There's no way you guys are a good team. There's no way in God's green earth I'm picking the Cowboys to beat the Texans. The Texans lost a game they should have won. I think they're pissed off, and I think they're coming for revenge, and they want to claim that the state is theirs this year. So give me the Texans.
Yep, Texans.
Patrick.
How about them Cowboys being hot garbage? Give me the Texans.
I love it. Donnie.
Oh, he sort of stole my thunder because I was going to be like, how about them Texans?
All right, Texans it is.
We were on the same wavelength, though.
My bad, Mr. Mayor.
I had it queued up, and then you went right with that. I was like, and I thought you were going to say, how about them Texans? You threw me for a loop there. I was like, dang, he stole it verbatim.
No.
All right. We need over-unders on this, boys. So,
goodness.
Eric, you are first, my friend. What are you going to pick?
Well, I mean, I don't want to steal this one again, but again, I think the Lions could cover the over just by themselves. So give me the over Lions, Jags.
And then just so you know, that line is 46.5.
Yeah, they could potentially do that by themselves. So give me that one. Lions, Jags over.
Okay. Patrick?
Give me the under on the Bengals Chargers.
Okay. And that is
47.5, I think.
47.5 under. Donnie?
Give me the under on Ravens Steelers. It's close, but I think this might be a low scoring game.
Ooh, it's 48.5.
Yeah, everything else is pretty much on the money for what I'm thinking.
You said under, right?
Yeah, give me the under.
Okay. I don't know why I don't know why I'm going to go with this, but the Chiefs and Bills is 45.5. I think this is going to be a defensive game, in my opinion.
Honestly, I do too. For whatever reason, they could be high-scoring teams, although the Chiefs not so much this year. But honestly, I would agree with that. I could see – tell me the line again.
45.5.
Yeah, I mean, it could easily be like 20
it could be a low-scoring game with these two teams.
20 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
These are really two good teams, though. Like, let's not forget about that, right? So, like,
I could see it being 17-20, something like that.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
This is going to be a kicking game on this one. So,
Yeah,
I'm going to go with the under.
Yeah, so it's
Well,
probably
Chiefs-
going to be a 35-34 game.
And Butker's out, so Chiefs aren't going to
He
have
is.
much of a kicking game. So
He's out 3 to 5 weeks, what they're saying. So,
yeah.
Boys, this was a lot of fun as always. I love it. Picks are in. Okay. I'm putting this down.
Eagles just took the lead but missed the extra point, so it's only a 2-point game.
Ooh.
Golly.
And it's and then we're about to start the fourth quarter on this one now.
No, it's already we're 12 minutes.
It's 3
left
minutes
the
in,
game.
yeah.
4 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes in. All right. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a good one. I still got the Commanders. I think the Commanders pull it off. So boys, thank you so much. let's do this again next week, huh? And
Let's
chat
do
room,
it.
thank you guys so much. You guys have been awesome. Make sure that you guys are following each and every single one of these fellas. We're all on social media. Just so you know, I just opened a Blue Sky account. It is the Dad Hat 216. I don't know if you guys. I know Eric
Same.
did.
Yep. ePro 04.
ePro 04.
Mine will be coming in the next day or two.
All right, and Donnie,
Yep.
same with you. I
Yep.
figure. So yeah, we're all on Blue Sky. Let's just give it a shot. Listen, anybody that talks politics to me, whether on blue side or red side, I'm muting you. Just so you guys know, I am strictly doing this, nothing but sports. I don't want to hear it. It is sports on this one, so let's just keep it that way. Let's keep it positive, because sports is what we love. So we will see you guys next week, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, and by the way, Val didn't show up again. Let's see if she shows up and gives us some more one of those conspiracy theory tinfoil hat theories,
Hope Whole Foods was good.
or the gym, or Costco.
Or Costco.
We'll see you guys next week.